Fighting is hard. Getting up some days is hard. Just being present is hard. But you know what's not hard? Knowing that you can do it again tomorrow. Knowing that you can repeat this process again tomorrow. I don't think people understand how meaningful you are. And that's okay. They don't have to. They don't need to understand how meaningful you are. Let me just tell you how meaningful you are from my perspective. I don't know you and I love you. I've never probably talked to you, and yet somehow I feel like I know exactly what you're going through because you're not alone in this. It's not like you are the only one going through this. I want you to know this, that whatever the obstacle is, whatever the challenge is, you will be okay. You can survive it. You can keep fighting. You can keep pushing. And you can do the most important thing you can do possible, and that's live. Because whether you know it or not, tomorrow needs you. So before you make a decision that we have to live with, make one you can live with and get help by dialing 3 simple numbers, 988. And come back and talk football with me. Now let's talk football. Pride Nation, it's Victory Monday. It's Victory Monday. And I'm finna put a few disclaimers out there. All right. I'm finna put a few disclaimers out there before I go through the roll call because I want y'all to know that I gotta clear the air on some stuff. I gotta point some things out. Okay. First things first. If you sensitive, don't watch this show. Come back to the next episode. I'm finna get Patty and I'm finna do some checking because I think that it needs to happen. All right. If your spirits is low, all right, and you don't want to hear nothing negative pertaining to this team or some negative comments that was made towards me, this might be one you might want to sit out. Just putting it out there, okay? But if you're good with all that, if you're good with having a good time and having some fun, be prepared to have a damn good show. A show that is going to be fun and entertaining and energetic, okay? First things first, all right? I'm going to get the roll call out the way. And then after that, we're going to get into what I need to address because it needs to be addressed. And then we'll talk a little football, if not a whole lot, to be honest with you. All right? If not a whole lot. The reason I have to do this is because there are certain things that will hit a nerve with me. And when it does, okay? And this did. So, you notice I got the thumbnail that says it's all on his shoulders. We'll be talking about Aaron Glenn and the Detroit Lions, but I want to just bring it up to y'all attention of what's going on. So let me get into the house call of what's popping first. All right. We got Looney Tune in the building, Craig Bevins in the building, Giovanni Lyon in the building, Dr. Detroit in the building, Chopper Travis in the building, Sweet Bread is in the building, Chrome is in the building, Billy Venable is in the building. We got Mac Walker Jr. in the building. We got Boom in the building. D-Map Zoom is in the building. We got Atlanta Brandon in the building. Luke, I see the Lions going 11-5. Hey, we're going to talk about it. We got JGB in the building. All right. He said, finally able to catch a live. What up, though? We got Makai Holt in the building. We got my man Big T in the building. We got Marcus Willis in the building. We got Looney Tune, Adam Whitehead, Ghost Gunner, 313 Kurt, and Marcus Robinson and anybody else who want to shout out, throw a message in there. Throw a middle finger for all I care. I'm still show you some love. All right. So let me make sure. Oh, we got my man Kobe in the building too. All right. I made this post a couple days ago. Okay. And it wasn't received well. And all it says is, if you know the history, you know this is a beautiful thing. Okay? And the reason I said that, if you know the history, you know this is a beautiful thing, is because it made national news that for the first time in NFL history, there's an NFL record 15 black quarterbacks to start week 1. I'm celebrating progress, okay, on this community post. This is how I look at things that are good, and I celebrate progress, okay? And I have some people come in and basically tell me I'm racist. Flat out say, I'm racist, this is racist. It shouldn't be about if they're black quarterbacks or not. I never made a comment to it being a black quarterback or anything. I simply said, if you know the history, you know that this is a good thing. This is a beautiful thing. Those same people who call me a racist, who said that I posted some racist stuff, I asked you this. Did you happen to see the news where there was a hashtag on Twitter, Instagram, and every other social media feed that went as follows: boycott NFL. And why? Because they played the Black National Anthem for the opening day game. And I'm racist. And I'm racist. You have people who started a whole trend, went full viral, boycott the NFL because they decided to play the Black National Anthem. And all I did was celebrate progress. There's people who got an opportunity, who understands that this was progress. Because it wasn't not so long ago where the only thing that they thought that quarterbacks of any form of color could do was run the ball. They forgot about Doug Williams. They forgot about Warren Moon. They forgot about Steve McNair. They forgot about Randall Cunningham. And the list goes on and on. But the audacity to call me a racist or say that I'm race baiting or I got some racist stuff going on, I want you to keep that same energy when you go and do the research and see that there's a whole movement to boycott the NFL for them having a Black National Anthem. That's first. So when you come in, when I make a post and you can't see that I'm celebrating progress and I'm trying to point out a positive thing, whatever demons you got inside of you, that's your business. That's your business. But keep them to yourself. Or try to open your mind up a little bit further to understand that if this made national news and was spread it across the same way boycotted NFL for Black National Anthem, that maybe we need to keep talking about the representation of progress. Now that I got that out the way, to the people who watched this game yesterday, this is a Victory Monday. I'm going to quickly go through all the good things because I'm about to get real freaking patty because I am not happy about what I saw from that game. I'm not happy about what I saw from that game. And I don't think that you as a fan should be happy neither. Before I get into that, let's talk about that damn Pick'em League, people. I was riding hot, boy. Let me tell you, I was riding hot. As you can see right now, the bad guy, John Capel, is in the league with 12. All right. Looney Tunes is also tied in that league with 12. I'm a beast. 331 is also in the league for 12. I'm at 4th. I'm holding on to my stuff. I'll probably get another win today. But if you want to see how it rounds out, we got Mekhi Hope tied for 4th with me. All right. We got Lions All Day tied for 4th with me. We got Kurt's crew in 7th with 10 wins. I'm very impressed with Michael Huck, Black Spirit, Dirty Glove Williams, Gino, Mr. Marcus 42, NFC Champs. the Oracle. I want to go down to the bottom and look. 19 people join. This is the lowest one right here. But guess what? It's time to get back into it and the time to prepare yourself. Get your picks in now. You don't see what week 1 is like. That's the hard part. Get them picks in. All right. Now, good. Off rip, I'm handing out game balls. Starting off with Ellis Anzalone. If you ever heard me talk, you've heard me been on the show, you've heard me many times say the following statement: we can upgrade from Ellis Anzalone. My stance does not change on that. However, he played his ass off. He's balled out. He has 100% balled out. He set the tone early and often and was very consistent. And I will forever reward consistency and motor and effort. And he did that. Did he have some flaws? Do not care. He did enough to have people rally around him and inspire them to be better. It was impressive as fuck. I loved every bit of it. From the very first hit to the last, every bit of it. Absolutely gets a game ball. First game ball to go out. Second game ball goes to Jameson Williams. If you know me, I did not like that pick for a number of reasons. I don't change my stand on that. But guess what he did? He stepped up when we needed the most. And that's what we talking about. Stepping up when you need it the most. So kudos to him. And trust me, the link is coming because I got to talk to the people. But he stepped up when we needed the most. And not only did he step up, what everybody predicted or wanted to see, which was a guy who can blow past people, happen in real time. That stutter step move he put on Tre'Davious White to where White had to try to regather his feet. Y'all don't know how beautiful and powerful that was for me. To see this man struggle to try to restart his engine because the other guy cut his off like it's one of those EcoBoost cars and fired it back on and went 0 to 60 real quick was impressive as it gets. And the only worst part about it was the ball was slightly underthrown, which still didn't help the cause of the guy who had to restart the engine. Game ball to him. Game ball to the offensive line. Game ball to David Montgomery. Game ball to Jahmyr Gibbs. Okay? Hell, I'm going to give a game ball that many people may not even think or suspect to be a game ball worthy of being given out, but it should be. Game ball to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Because if you know, you know. And they spent a lot of time trying to stop what he was doing and making sure he was not a part of the game plan. They did a very good job of making sure he was not a part of it. And for the most part, if the truth be told, they achieved that goal. And if they want to do that, they essentially told the rest of the Lions and the Lions fan base who won't be Amon-Ra St. Brown. We're gonna see what J-Mo got. And guess what he did? Lit their ass on fire. Kudos to them. Game balls. That's what they get. Now, I'm going to tell you that's the good. Okay? We got the win. That's the good. All right? We got a lead, lost the lead, and got the lead back. That's good. But when I say I'm finna get Patty. Because I don't feel good about the win. And before somebody come in here and complain, a win is a win. Kick rocks. I do not want to hear that BS today. I don't. We got glaring holes. And if you think we don't have them, you're playing with yourself. And you probably shouldn't do it because it's dangerous. You probably need to focus on something different. The Lions got some glaring holes that need to be addressed. It should have been addressed this offseason, if not before. And again, I have nothing more than a simple opinion based on observations that I made. But I can assure you this, that what I saw did not make me feel good. Because I guarantee you, while many of us are up here celebrating, all right, I guarantee you were sitting up there with your hands clamored, going through, oh my God, what is this? Not another lead blown. Not another one of these into Stafford of all people. to Stafford? Every last one of you was stressed out. Let me tell you how I know. Because when the game started, the crowd was loud. And they weren't even as loud as they were for the playoff game, but they were loud. And by the time they lost the lead, before they even lost the lead, you can hear their spirits breaking little by little. And why? Why did it break little by little? Well, here's the quickest and fastest answer to it. Because the same freaking problems we've been complaining about reared its ugly head, which is our defensive line. I want to put things in perspective, put a little context to it. Okay? Just a little bit, not a whole lot, just a little bit. Let's start off with the first part. Do you realize that your starting defensive line, -1 DJ Reader, and before somebody come in here and be like, but if we had DJ Reader, oh snap, it would have been even worse. That's bullshit. And I will not allow that BS to be spewed. I don't want to hear these excuses. Let's just talk about what really happened. Your starting defensive line, aka us, Pride Nation, our Lions, starting defensive line could not take advantage of the backups or the backups to the backup offensive line that they had. Do you know how mind-boggling that is? Do you know how crazy that is for the backups to be able to keep us at bay? Now, in all fairness, kudos to the damn Rams for quick passing, getting it out quick. Fair enough. But there were plays where they had to hold on to the ball. And before somebody come in here and want to talk about pressure, miss me with that. It's a great song when them girls sung it. What Chloe and whatever them? It was a great song, but I don't want to hear about pressure because it didn't result in too many negative plays. To the people who are going to say, oh, but Aiden Hutchinson balled out. That's cap. That's cap. He should have ate. And yes, I saw 3 plays where 3 people was on him. I sure did. Kudos to him. That's good. Right? But I saw a lot more plays where it was him one-on-one doing the same damn spin move and it going nowhere. I expect more. You expect more, and you should expect more. Every win not going to be easy? Fair. Fair. But I expect to see my starting defensive line beat the shit out of backup offensive line. I expect to see that. My linebackers came to play. Jack Campbell came to play. Barnes came to play. Reeves maybe came to play. Rodriguez came to play. Ellis Anzalone certainly came to play. Where was my D-line at? It was not there. Stafford was sitting back there like he had a starting offensive line on some of them plays. And I want you to put this in perspective. This is a team that you went against that was not in full staff in no form or fashion. You were at home and you couldn't generate pressure. And before somebody else come in here, and again, I see you in the back, Mac, and I see you back there, D-Man. Hold tight. I'm about to get you. Before somebody come in here start talking about, but we won though, Luke, calm down. The same shit we was bitching about with Ben Johnson, it's the same stuff. All this cutesy stuff. What is this? Get the running back who's succeeding, run him. There's no coincidence that when he went to J-Mo and he brought in Gibbs at the same time, the play was more explosive. That was not a coincidence. That was the reality. And we're not committing to things. But the lackluster or uninspired play calling that I saw was ridiculous. Just ridiculous. What they did to them in overtime, they could have did that at least on 3 of them damn drives and had more touchdowns. They had to move Jonah Jackson from guard to center, from center back to guard to put the backup in for the starting. I can't make this up. They lost Puka about a halftime. And what was it at? Nobody can come out that game and tell me that they saw amazing play calling from Ben Johnson. That's a lie. And that's why I thought the show off with is all on his shoulders. And the defense really helped in this regard. The secondary improvements were okay. But I want somebody to tell me, why was everybody slipping? Like, this the same field we've been playing on for years. You know what cleats to wear on this field. Why is everybody slipping? Carlton Davis slipping. J-Mo slip. Oh, everybody's slipping. Go change the damn cleats. On top of that, we were so balanced that it was terrifying. We hung around long enough for them to get inspired to get back in the game. And again, for the life of me, I go back to the fact that who is Robin to Batman? Now, did Davenport have some decent plays? Sure did. But I've never seen somebody be so close and yet whiff so much. He should have had easily 3 sacks. And because he didn't get them down, they were positive plays down the field. It's just ridiculous. Let me bring some people in. I'm bringing Mac, then I got D-Map, then you, Gunner. Mac, what up, though?
What up, though, man?
I'm trying to keep it cool. I
hear it. I was actually at the game, so I got to watch it live. Let
me ask you a question. Was the crowd loud as it seemed to me? Because I can hear it in the broadcast, but I felt like the playoff game was way louder.
That place is pretty lit, man. Trust me.
Okay.
It was pretty lit in there. Even during the moments where people was like, "Oh no, are we about to let this game, get away from us?" It got pretty lit. Like, it might have calmed down for a hot minute, but it didn't take long before they got back up. You pretty much got hit what I wanted to hit on already. Like I said, being there live, watching the game in person, my only issue was the defensive line. Really, mostly. I think the defensive line was the difference in the game. I think the defensive line was primarily, solely, in my opinion, the reason the game was even close in the first place. Because, like I told my dad when I was sitting next to him at the game, if you pointed to it, you gave Stafford credit for getting the ball out quick, and that's what I told my dad that the way that you attack that is you got to get basically what I would call instant pressure. Like, the minute they hike the ball, you got to bust that up front, like right out the gate, because it don't give them a chance to really get the ball out quick. And I know that's rare, and that takes a certain type of pass rusher, but that's what you need. Like, when they putting the ball out that fast, you need somebody that's gonna bust through the line and kind of. I don't know if I'm pretty sure you remember that old S moment that Geno had last year with Aaron Aaron Donald. Like, that's what you need. You need that. When they trying to get the ball out that fast, you need that. And we wasn't getting that. And I went to the bathroom when this happened, but I was watching the game on my phone when I was in line at the stadium, and I was highly ticked off when I watched Hutch whiff that sack when he literally was hugging Stafford, and somehow you let him get away from you. And that right there is the difference between Hutch being an elite pass rusher versus just a good pass rusher. Because elite pass rushers don't make that mistake. Or it's very rare when they make that mistake. And they're more consistent on being. Everybody has a bad game. We all know that. Hutch is not going to be great every game. But somebody else on that defensive line got to be busting up the offensive line and getting to Stafford. That's how you stop that, especially like you said, when you got a bunch of old linemen missing, guys getting hurt in the game, your top weapon go out, and you don't have him for 2.5 quarters. But yet Stafford's still marching down the field. And that's the one thing I kept telling people, like, he just marching down the field, just dinking and dunking the whole time.
Them were some of the longest drives. If you and I want to address this really quick. Jimmy Sosa says, yo, people were slipping in all the games. That's a league-wide issue. I don't know what's going on here. We on freaking turf. Most of the games that they were playing on were on grass. We on turf. The same turf that we just played on 2 weeks before. Wasn't no slipping then. Like, what the hell? It's turf. Like, that's what the problem is.
Right.
The play calling was trash. Shout out to Detroit Drew, who says roughing the passer call might have played a role in this missed sack. The roughing the passer call was right. I hate to say it, it was right. Once he went to the ground, you cannot dive towards the knee. That's that Tom Brady rule.
He went low. And yeah, I'm not gonna argue that.
So
like you said, I thought our secondary was decent. I thought, like I said, I placed the issue at the defensive line. The pressure was not getting to Stafford because we all know Stafford used to play here. And we know that Stafford, whenever he got pressure really hard, Stafford made a lot of mistakes. And that's what they needed to do. But instead, like they sitting there playing patty cake with the offensive lineman on the Rams.
I mean, it is strange. I give the defense credit for getting the stuff when they needed to, but that's because the linebackers came to play. Now, again, you talk about those long drives. Just watch this. Their first drive, the Rams, 3 plays. Okay, we got them off the field. Let's go, Detroit. We punt. But let's look at what we do on this play. Up the middle for 2 yards. Short pass to St. Brown. Sack. Punt. Think about the math on this. You got 2 yards rushing here. You picked up 4 here. That means you need 4 more yards. It's 3rd and 4. Just run the fucking ball.
I think you're talking the same play that I complained about.
This is the opening drive for the Lions. Yeah. Now the next play, the next drive for the Rams, let's just watch this. 13 plays. 12 plays on their second drive. 9 plays on their third drive. And that's all before we got to the end of the second quarter. Then we come out at halftime. Let's look at what happens here. Run 2 yards. Run the middle 4 yards. There goes 6 right there. It's 3rd and 4 again. Short pass to J-Mo. Why? Run it again. Why? Why? They had like at least 3 rookies out there. Yeah. Like, come on. All right. Next play. They go 3 and out. Okay, great. We go and get a touchdown. Great. We have 17-3. At this point, let's get it. 11 plays. 7 plays. 10 plays. These were some of the longest freaking drives I've seen in games. And it was because we could not get home.
Yep. That was the sole reason why. The sole reason why. You just drop back, 1, 2, 3, pass. Drop back, 1, 2, 3, pass.
Now, again, let me get some of the comments. Bro, is he really complaining about Hutch? Man, it's week 1. He had 11 pressures. Here we go. He had 11 pressures and a sack. Woman getting held and all just so quick to criticize the dude.
Well, I mean, tell me, am I wrong?
Hold on. Your starting defensive line was going against the backups to the backups offensive line of the Rams. They was missing both their guards out. Avila out. The other guy, forgot his name, out. They had to move Jonah Jackson over from center to guard. They lost both their tackles. Their entire offensive line was decimated, and the guys who came in to play the backup tackle spot got hurt, so they end up putting in a backup to the backup.
Let's not get it twisted. Okay, so let me kind of touch on that. So let's not get it twisted. I like Hutch, but see, the difference for me and other people is I'm not no Hutch simp. I'm gonna hold people accountable. The fact of the matter is, there's another level that somebody like Aiden Hutchinson needs to hit. You can't tell me Aiden Hutchinson is not at elite pass rusher status yet.
I didn't say that. I'm not saying it because if I say it, I get judged. I got called racist for saying that he was Greek yogurt, basically saying like, hey, him in and of himself is not good, but you add something to him, he can be better. Yeah. I got called racist for that too, so I'm gonna leave Hutch alone because when I start speaking on Hutch, I'm a racist apparently to some people. It's amazing to me.
Hutch is a good player, so let that be known. Hutch is a good player. I think he's a good pass rusher. Is Hutch elite yet? No. I'm just telling how I did. Again, I like Hutch. I am a Lions fan, but I'm a realistic fan at the same time. I don't do the simping stuff. I keep it a buck. And keeping it a buck, Hutch is not elite yet. There's another level that Hutch needs to reach before he's considered an elite pass rusher. It's simple and plain.
Now, let me answer this question. Scar Tissue says, do you fellas think this is preseason rust since most didn't play, or should we be concerned on a scale of 1 to 10? I started thinking of preseason rust until I thought about it. The Rams didn't play none of their starters the preseason at all neither. In fact, a lot of teams did not play their starters the preseason. What I did notice was, and this right here is another one of the things that we should point out as a good, Dan Campbell runs a good enough practice to where they're prepared for these types of things, because he runs a hard practice so that when you can see the Rams getting gassed and the Lions getting energized. So that lets you know that it's a difference in how they practice. That's beautiful.
Right.
But I don't think that it was like the rust. I don't get the rust idea. Atlanta, Brandon says, them backups still professional football players in the NFL. They could not come here and take a single person off a Detroit Lions spot.
Well,
they could. I'm telling you right now.
He made it into the NFL, but Nate Sudfeld is still considered a professional NFL.
Come on now, and keep going down the list. Keep going down the list. Ryan Leaf, Jamarcus Russell. You may keep going. Remember John Ross? Remember Darius Hayward Bay? I can keep going. Just because you make it to the NFL does not mean that you were this super talent. Just because you make it to college ball does not mean you're just super talent. There's levels to this thing. There's some great Hall of Fame high school football players, some great college players. Reggie Bush is a Hall of Fame college player. He's not a Hall of Fame NFL player.
Calm down. Let him play some games first. Because I told you a long time in the past, I work in Chicago, and I was trying to tell them Bear fans down here that y'all got to slow down with this 12-5 stuff. You got to let Caleb Williams play a game.
That was rough.
They fought there against Tennessee, and you win because of your special teams and your defense.
That was rough. I get it. And again, I know it's week one. It's week one. We will get improved. We will get better. It's week one. But I'm telling you right now, if that week one game was against the Buccaneers, you lose. I told people when we got Terry, I'm like, my only knock on him, he grabbed too much. Oh, no, he don't. No, he don't. That's good coverage. I'm like, okay. How many penalties did he get for grabbing? And it was all legit. None of that stuff was phantom. That was all legit grabbing. Just putting it out there. Mac, holding it back for me. I want to get some more people in the building, and I want to address some of the comments in the comment section as well. So just holding it back for me if you could, real quick. Giovanni Lyon says, Luke, who do you bring in to fix it? Listen, bro. I need you to check every waiver wire. Everyone. I don't even know if it's a death. I don't even know why the hell James Houston is a healthy scratch. Why is this? I even believe James Houston would have had a better day against the backup to the backup offensive line. So, to me, who you bring in to fix it, more sense of urgency. Like I said, I don't want to get it twisted. They were quick passing, but there were some plays where they were not quick passing. They were not. He just had time because it was either a missed sack or it was either some type of missed tackle. They had a few plays. One of them went to number 18. I want to say that was Jefferson. And he broke a long run because everybody kept missing tackles. And that was not the best thing. We dropped a few interceptions too. But I can definitely see the improvements in the secondary. I can see it. And I like that part. All right. So you're not blaming the secondary for not guarding. Stafford was getting the ball out in 2 seconds. Bro, ain't no way you can blame the D-line for that. Okay. All right. Fuck it. I'll do it. All right. I'm going to bring in my next guest, D-Map Zoom. I'm going to set this up so I can show you what I mean. D-Map, talk to the people. What's your thoughts on the game? It's Victory Monday. I'm not mad that we got the win. I want the win. I expect it to be tough wins. No way that game should have been that damn close.
I agree, man. Good job. I mean, once I heard the news about the Rams losing linemen and everything, I'm like, oh, yeah, the D-line should eat. But now I'm starting watching that game from start to finish. I'm looking like, why is our D-line struggling against backups? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You had at least freaking 2-3 sacks already. Dudes here missing tackles. And that Hutch, man, it was a couple of sacks he should have had where he had hands on Stafford and still didn't get him. I'm like, how the hell you missed that? Make that make sense.
And again,
missing wide open tackles.
Again,
so and I'm like, what the hell is this?
I totally get it. I'm not lying. I totally get it. But some things just need to be told truthfully. So ain't nobody sipping, bro. He's putting up the same numbers as Bosa his first 3 years. I'm here. Look, what's going on, John Jones? No need to worry. Let's really get this party started. I brought the liquor. Hey, my man Juan W in the bitch says, shoot, Luke, I'm late. Shaking my head. What up, though? What's going on? Steve O says, I watched Hush beat the tackle all game long. He can't help Stafford get rid of the ball in less than 2 seconds. I am not saying that they did not have that happen. I actually agree with you. The ball did come out really fast. Did not disagree with you one bit about that. That was the whole game plan. Get the ball out as fast as possible, right? And I thought the secondary did the best they could, making sure that they tackled when it got out quick, right? But as the game progressed, and the score was now 17-3, you clearly know they was passing. They were holding the ball a little bit longer. And those D-line wasn't getting home like it was supposed to. It wasn't a lot of whoop ass like it was supposed to. I just want to put it out there in case you did not know, in case you missed something. You realize that they only sacked them twice with a makeshift offensive line. Twice.
That's sloppy. So sloppy. There's no excuse.
I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm simply asking you to understand something. You got this man twice. And if you go and look at who got it, one of them was Aiden Hutchinson. You get a half a sack with Levi Onwuzurike and a half a sack to Marcus Davenport. They even had the audacity to try to make the one play where Marcus Davenport actually did good on the pressure by getting his hands up in his face. They tried to give a credit to Aiden Hutchinson. I was like, that's cap. And I even said in the chat that it was wrong. They got it wrong. And kudos to Jared Goff, because Jared Goff he's winning me over. I was appalled when they gave the game ball, the Monday Night Primetime game ball to Jared Goff. Kudos to him to give it to the real hero. Because J-Mo went in.
Oh, trust me, J-Mo, they had no answer for him. They literally had no answer for that guy. None. The minute he got that ball, he basically was tearing their defense apart every time he got it. Then when they started focusing on J-Mo, is when your boy Simon Porter, to a certain degree, St. Brown, getting a couple touches, running game, all that started working.
And like I said, I'm not knocking people. I'm not knocking them. But I want y'all to understand something, okay? I want you to understand something. Our offensive line is good, okay? They're good. So when I see 5 quarterback hits, it makes sense. When I see 2 sacks, it makes sense. Probably wouldn't have gave up none, but it makes sense. You flip that, you're not going to tell me that the Rams offensive line is so good that we get 12 quarterback hits and 2 sacks. No.
We should have a lot more than that.
Some of this is misleading, but I like it because I want people to understand like what this feels like. Keep the same energy. Keep the same energy.
Trust me, it should have been a lot better. Go
ahead. Talk D-Man. I'm listening.
They should have took advantage of that depleted D-line. It made no sense to me. I'm sitting watching this game. I'm looking, why the hell is people, D-linemen, getting hands on Stafford but can't get him now? Make it make sense. They're going against backups. It makes no sense to me. It was like, why is this game as close as it was? Like, it shouldn't have been this close. Never. We literally had a 17-3 lead, and we let them not only come back, but it took us going to overtime for us to finally beat them in the coin flip.
Come on, man. A coin flip. How many games we gonna win with a coin flip? And shout out to Juan W. He right. How many times we gonna come out at the get? We was up.
17.
You go 3 and out at the coming in from the half. How? I thought we fixed that. 2 years in, we still doing this shit.
Still struggling in the
third quarter. This is what I'm saying. Ben Johnson, love him. Where was all those creative plays at? Where were they?
Usually at that point, you're supposed to step on their throat and finish them. They ain't getting them a chance to come back. But for every reason, one way or another, they can want to go away from the run game, which was working and tearing that defense apart. Like, why'd you go away from something that's working? Make it make sense. They're trying to get cute. What you trying to get cute for? You got a huge lead. They have to throw the ball, run that clock out. You can score on that drive too. Hey.
And that's the thing. You know, as Dark Tory pointed out, where was the push up the middle? I was like Listen, they drew all their attention. I'm telling you, they had 2 on the lean. They were putting 2 and 3 on Hutch at times. They had chip Hutch and everything. Hutch got some penalties. One of the penalties, I'm like, okay, that's what you're supposed to do to the back of a backup. He panicked and just grabbed the face mask. Another one, he got tripped, and every fan was like, oh, they didn't even call the tripping call. That was the weakest trip I ever seen in my entire life.
Man.
He too goddamn big and supposed to be too athletic to be getting tripped off of that bullshit. That's not it.
Right.
But Ben Johnson's play calling was not where it needed to be neither. It was not on par.
It was more passing than freaking running. I'm like, what's the point of having a beast of an O-line and a beast of a running back do well if you don't use them? But he's out of way till the freaking overtime side. Oh, yeah, we're going to finally run the ball. Gee, why didn't you do that earlier in the game?
It's rough. It says, when, though, this was the first game, Aleem better make his name known because this is a contract season. He will. You know, I got faith in him. Davenport did play decent. I agree with that. I just expected so much more given the circumstance.
Trust me, we should have took advantage of that freaking depleted O-line on the Rams. We should have took advantage of that. We should have been giving Stafford hell and then some. But for us to only have 2 sacks that whole game, that dude had time to hear Kelly Stafford like, hey, baby, what you want to eat for dinner today?
Yeah, shout out to my man Nomis. He says, I've been saying this for years. Our early season struggles are on play calling, not rust. I'm not taking the rust. Billy Venable says, I wasn't too happy with Goff last night. I thought he missed a lot of reads on some of those incomplete passes. On the replay, I saw receivers coming open on some of those underneath. Of course. But you know the difference was they was on his ass. They was on him. The pocket was closed. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you one of my most proud moments, but a sad moment for the Rams. One of my proud moments is when you watch Jared Goff run for the first down. If I was a Ram fan, if I was a Ram coach, and I'm watching all my defensive players be unable to catch Jared Goff, I'm immediately telling the coach, I need you to trade and give me somebody that can do something, because this ain't it. That was the slowest first down I have seen in a long time.
Well, nobody over there during that drive. He ran. I'm like, oh, yeah, man, go ahead and get it. I'm like, wow, they ain't catch him? I'll take it.
Seriously.
I'll take it.
Now, these are highlights. Nothing special, but these are highlights. And I know the ball came out quick. Okay? But these are backups.
That's what I'm saying.
The only starter here right now are these two.
Yep.
All right? Which means this whole outside should be a problem. All right? That's all I'm going to point out. They backups. Now, look at the blitz. Ball out.
There's no excuse for that. No excuse. No excuse for that.
But it happened. But it happened. It happened. Fine. Watch again. Now, watch again. Ball out. Right? I'm going to go back to this one because this one right here shows something. I'm going to show you. Hold on. Let me throw it down just a little bit. I don't want them to take me off the air, but I gotta show it. All right. I want you to watch the entire D line. That's Levi. That's Aleem. I'm almost sure that's this is Pico. Pico, how you say his name?
Wait, Pascal.
No, that's Pico. Pico. I'm almost sure that's his name. And here go Hutch. All right. So Hutch wins this right here. Ball is out, right? This is a good game plan by them. I am agreeing that they were doing this the whole game, getting it out quick. Notice that this is the first quarter. Notice that this is early on in the game. I am in agreement with you. Hutch is now over here. And that is not a hold. But ball is coming out quick. And I'm okay with that. This is the game plan. But guess what? This kind of shit right here can't happen.
That was an open tackle, man. That was an open tackle.
This is why I gave my game ball first to Alex Anzalone.
Yeah, Anzalone was on it. He put in work in that game. Work.
All right. I'm gonna do one more. Because this is all the earlier shit. I'm just going to skip it to a part. One more, and I'm going to skip it. Now we got Hutch out here, Aleem up middle, Davenport right there. There go Anzarike. 1-on-1. They go to spin move. Ball is out. He said, can't do nothing about that. Totally can't do nothing about it. Right? Now, let's just skip it anywhere. I don't know. I got to get it to I gotta see this one time. This is the slowest I ever seen somebody, bro.
JGB, really,
bro.
Really,
I ain't even trying to be funny.
JGB, a mess.
Look at this. I want y'all to watch this. I could have sworn Fisk was a little bit faster than this. He spins off. All right. How do you let this man beat you?
So funny how he managed to get that.
Around
I thought he was
gonna
get caught,
bro. I just thought
he was gonna get caught. Right. Honestly, when that dude spanned off, I'm like, oh, he about to get caught, but then he avoided him. I'm like, how?
All right. Now, this is the third quarter. It's 3rd and 1. Come on, bro.
Really?
Come on. He didn't even chip him.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that
He
was.
finally beats him. But this is where I told people all the time. Aiden Hutchinson sometimes just get wild. He like his body control ain't where it's supposed to be. Now, this is the one where they saying, oh, he tripped him. That is not enough for you to be falling, bro. I'm sorry. And the worst part is, look at this shit up here. There's nothing going on up here.
Literally.
It's 3rd and 1. Stafford is keyed on somebody. Look, my man over here open. He can't go here. But look. Come on.
How? I said just sloppy.
Come on, man. And it's not even just that. It's Ben Johnson's play calling too.
They ain't making it no better. That vanilla play calling he was doing. What's the point of having a beast of an O-line and a running back duo if you don't use them?
What's going on, Mike? Mike is in the building from Lions Talk by Chat Sports. What's going on, brother?
Could have been abusing that freaking O-line from Rams, and we didn't do much of it during that game. Until the end when it mattered.
Again, the defensive line, I thought, you had opportunities to make plays. Okay. Come on.
You should have at least 4 interceptions.
And again, that trip, bro, that's not enough. I can show you some games where some people got tripped and it did not affect them. A foot got stuck out and his whole life ended. Come on, man.
His whole life ended.
Come on. I want y'all to understand. I'm mad at Ben Johnson too. Because I expect more.
That freaking play calling he was doing. I'm like, no offense, man. What the hell is this?
Listen, and I see you back there, Gunner. I guess y'all, I don't want y'all to, I guess you back there, Dan. I'll get y'all in there, trust me. But when I tell you, I sat up there and I went, Ben Johnson, are you okay? Do y'all know since last season, I have posted the halftime stats in my community post for every game? Because I got tired of people trying to tell me what happened in the first half versus the second half. And I'm telling you that right now, if you go through and you look at the numbers, it don't make sense.
It don't.
Ben Johnson was on some bullshit.
I swear.
He really was. He was not consistent. And I don't even want to go through and look at Ben Johnson stuff because I'm going to get upset. But D-Matt, let me get some other people up in here, brother.
Go ahead, man.
Just hang back if you can, man. I appreciate you.
That's I want to tell you that because it was some freaking BS while I was seeing in that game.
Like I said, Ben, listen, I'm just talking about the D-line, but I ain't even getting to Ben Johnson.
Oh, Lord.
Appreciate D-Matt for coming in, man. But Ben Johnson, bro, was on some bullshit. The play calling that he called in overtime was brilliant. Why? Not because it worked, because it was how he deployed each piece to get it to work. That's why. Old timer Dave, my Packer person in the building. What up, though? All right. We got Ward offline in the building. What up, though? Bro, did all that to complain about one trip play. Man, that's 300 pounds plus. Oh, you want to play that game? Because we'll show you what somebody that's heavier than him did when they had a foot sticking out on him. And I can show you more than one person. And I could have showed more, but just for the record, okay? Just for the record, 313 Kurt, right? I can't show too much video without YouTube banning me. So I'm trying to be cognitive of that. Trust me, I got more than that. Don't even get me started. I'll make a whole video breaking it down for you. They did a very good job of getting the ball out, but there were plays where they held the ball for longer, and our D line was nowhere near the quarterback. And when a few times they got near, Stafford hung tight in the pocket, and nothing happened. Just saying. All right, let me bring in Ghost Gunner. Let him talk his talk. Did I get through everybody else? Gunner, talk to me, man. What are your thoughts on the game?
Hey, what's going on, man? Just the missed tackles was probably the worst part about the defense.
100%.
I mean, I'm watching like Brian Branch miss 3 tackles back to back, like Carlton Davis dropping 2 interceptions, and honestly, I didn't even know Josh Pascal played until you brought up one of the clips. I saw his number. I don't even know why he's here at this point. But he was one of the only players on the starting D line who actually played in the preseason.
This is the thing. If they quick pass the whole game, I could understand it. They didn't though.
No. Yeah, Davenport missed like two or 3 sacks. McNeil was getting doubled for most of the game. So I don't know. I expect someone, especially someone like Pascal, who's been here for 3 years, to get better.
You would think. Listen, bro. You would listen. If I were right now, if you had a chance to win $1 million,
All right.
Okay, to win, it's 1 week. I know it's 1 week. This is the problem with this, Kurt. I know it's 1 week. You cannot tell me. Answer this question for me, Kurt. Were you sitting there going, "Oh, not this shit again"? Were you sitting there getting worried that we were getting ready to lose this game? As they marched the ball down the field on us, were you getting worried? Because thank God Stafford lost his mind and threw it in double coverage. Tell me you were not about to lose your mind as they were marching this ball and thought they were going to lose. Because I certainly was sitting up there looking like, damn, man, we cannot lose this game. Come on, y'all, buckle up. That's all I'm asking. If your answer to that is, well, it's only 1 week, what week can I start to critique them objectively and fairly on something? This is you going against a team that was not at its best. You didn't have your best day, and it showed on every level against backups. Like, seriously.
Yeah, that makes me worried about a little bit next week because Tampa, at least in my opinion, is a much better team. At least to a roster standpoint, I think they just have an overall way more complete roster than the Rams do.
And that's the truth. We had the complete right. I expect more. And when you have high expectations like me and stuff like that, I get it. I understand you're gonna have some hard games. This was not one of them. You had a home game on a season where people were expecting you to, at the very least, win a division, go to the NFC Championship, and make it to a Super Bowl. And you struggled against a makeshift paper mache. I'm gonna tell you something. You keep that same energy. Every person who's talking about it just 1 week, understand something. They just gave the blueprint for the rest of the season how to eliminate the Lions. How to take the defense completely out of it. We couldn't cover the flats. We couldn't tackle. We couldn't really get home on pressure. Here's another example. Look at your D-line. Getting one-on-ones. Come on. Look at this. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at this. Look at this. Mac talked about it. Who the hell is this tackle to do this to Aiden Hutchinson? You gonna tell me he got tripped right there? I just saw a comment that said they was out there playing hockey because they was out there ice skating. Stop playing with me. Look at this. This dude right here didn't know what the hell was going on. Number 61 with Davenport. Where was the bull rush? Where was all this? Come on, bro. Don't tell me that this stuff don't matter. And guess what? For the people who talk about pressure, this counts. This counts as pressure. But who in the hell cares when he gets a first down? Who cares? That counts as a pressure? Who cares? We got to be better. That's my point. That's my point. We're going to face better offensive lines than this. Look at this. This is a blitz. 1, 2, 3, 4. They got one over here, 2 on Davenport. I don't know what the fuck going on with Aline. I
Like
don't
he
know
tried
what
to stunt.
I don't know. That was the slowest stunt, but hey. But look at this. You telling me, oh, it wasn't like, look at this. Look. That play action wasn't even worth the damn. 5 people coming. 5. And he got time to sit up here and survey the field and do this. And you wonder why I'm bitching about the performance of they was marching, bro. This whole drive had my blood pressure up. Had my body want to think about diabetes. You hear me? This is how much I was like, yo, this can't be happening. The whole time. Look at another play. Very nice play after. Just look. Davenport gets in there, right? How, Sway? How? Tell me how, Sway. Finally get pressure.
Oh, that's the first missed sack.
I'm just saying, but he getting double team, Luke. Where he beat it. Because this is what professionals do against the backups to the backups. The backup is in now. How?
Yeah, you can't. But this is Stafford too. That ain't Caleb Williams. That ain't Justin Fields.
That's what I'm saying. When did Stafford become Michael Vick? Look at this. When was it Stafford Jackson? I don't remember it being a Stafford Jackson. How? Come on, man. Make a play. These were longer routes, and we still wasn't getting home. Early in the game, quick pass McCoy. I ain't gonna lie. Later in the game, they were calling longer routes because they realized we wasn't getting home. Look at this one. Look at this. Look at this. I don't even know how this happens. Carlton Davis. What the hell? What the? Oh my god! Oh my god!
Hey, no! I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice he fell.
I did. Wait a minute. Can somebody please go and check to find what sniper was in the building that day? Can I zoom this up? Can I make this bigger? Let me see. Hold on. I know what I'm gonna do. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I got to see this up close. I got to see it up close. Let me see if I can get this up close. Is that as big as they're gonna let me? Oh my god, that's as big as they're gonna let me get it. All right, just focus on dog right here. Focus on 23. Who shot him? Oh my god! Oh Jesus! Oh god!
Tripped over his own shoelace. Nobody even got in his way. He tripped.
Oh my god! Oh, it's only week 1, Luke. Oh my god! Who was the sniper that caught Carlton Davis? Look at this. He looks like a deer who just came out for the first time.
3rd round pick, by the way.
Look at this. The sad part is, you know you got it bad when you use your own player to stop yourself from falling and still completely collapse. This is like that Michael Jackson thing in Moonwalker. Remember when he leaned forward? Look at the recovery on the knees and everything. Look at this. Terrion doing his assignment, but guess what? Then he got tripped. Oh my Jesus Christ! I can't make this shit up. Yeah, we got to be better. I'm sorry. My expectations are too high for this kind of stuff. I should have dropped the Biggie beat. Who shot you? It's week 1. I got it. Gunner, what else you got for me, man? I got to get to two more people.
I mean, yeah, just the second half was the same stuff from last year where we only have these like 3 and out turnover. It's like we got to at least turn these 3 and outs to like 7-play drive or something to at least run some timeout. Like I get you're not going to score on every single drive, but I mean this is how we let teams back in the game.
Ben Johnson play calling on top of our defense inability to tackle and get home allowed the Rams to look like they are a better team. That game should have been a 14 or more point beatdown. Everything was a win.
Yeah, I agree. We should have at least won that game by at least 10 or more.
Cheap Detroit Lions meme says, win is a win. I guess. I mean,
there's a lot of teams that said that in the past. Remember the Steelers team that started off 11-0? Win is a win, but you look at every single one of all those wins.
I mean, when you think about something that's true, it's absolute, right? 1 + 1 always equals 2, right? That's absolute, right?
Yeah, sure.
A win is a win. If a little kid, let's say he's 10 or 12, he comes up and knock you out, like what happened to Cat Williams.
All right.
Is you still saying a win is a win, or are you saying, hey man, how did you get knocked out by a kid? Or if he beats the kid down, man, you fighting the kid. See, sometimes when we get into this concept of a win is a win, we got to put it into context. And what I look at was a game where we should have been the Craig of the team, where we're beating up Debo after Debo got a good shot on us, because they got a good shot on us early on. But when we got to overtime, it took a coin toss, the luck of a draw. Tell me you felt that it would have been different had they won the coin toss.
Oh yeah,
Please tell me.
Yeah, there was absolutely a damn good chance they could have won the game if they got the ball first.
That's all I'm saying. Shout out to you, Cheap Detroit Lions, man. He said, I gotta, we gotta be better. I agree. I'm just saying. All right.
Well, especially these next couple games, because I think Arizona's going to be an underrated team this year. I think they're going to be much better, and they play really damn well against the Bills too. And historically, we've been bad about trying to collapse the pocket. Mobile quarterbacks.
Yep. So I get it. I get it. I'm not knocking anything. I'm just merely making the observation. That's all I'm doing. Let me bring in my next guest, Gunner. You know I appreciate you being so patient with me. I want to try to get through everybody so we can get up out of here to watch the Monday Night Football game, because I know we got to see what the competition look like. If anybody's going to be an obstacle for us, the 49ers is going to be one.
Yeah, we can see if A-Rod tears his other Achilles.
I mean,
maybe being 3 snaps this time.
I mean, you put some evil on that brother. Tear the other one up. I mean, dang. He ain't even on the Packers anymore. You still hate him.
I don't even like that. Like, I don't even like, to be honest, I don't even like that Jordan Love's hurt. I want to play all the teams at their best.
Me too. And that's what I want to see. I felt that given all the circumstances with the Rams, this was going to be a runaway. And so that was my expectation. That's what I thought. And, it didn't go the way I wanted it to go. But I appreciate you for hanging around. Let me bring in Dan, and then Detroit D is next, okay?
All right.
Appreciate it. You can hang in the back, and I'll bring you back in the few. Just hang in the back. I'm going to bring in Dan, man. I'm going to get through all these. Ben Johnson's play calling, the defense of line not getting home, missed tackles. It was just a whole fucking show. But Dan talks football is in the building. What's going on, brother? Talk to me.
Oh, man. Hey, Luke, I just wanted to show you some love, man. Congratulations winning week 1. Look, man, I didn't have any skin in the game. I'm not a Lions fan. But so here's what happened, man. I'm messed up. I DVR'd the game, and then I hit the wrong button, and it went live. So I saw the score. Before I even watched first play, I knew it was going to be 17-13. Fourth quarter, about 6 minutes left. Then I start watching the game. And it's 17-3, right? So I'm like, okay, so they didn't score for like the whole second half. So what happened? Goff get hurt, Amon-Ra went down, Penei Sewell went down. And now I'm listening to you talk, and I just had to jump in because everything you're saying just makes sense. If I'm a Lions fan, I'm kind of mad. And then I get to overtime, and I'm like, this is smart. this is smart. I love what Ben Johnson did in overtime. Because you know what he did? He leaned on your strength. You run the ball. Run. I think they had one pass. Run.
One pass.
And
a
then
swing pass at that.
that's what you should have done the rest of the game. And I love the clips that you're bringing up because I think you caught this. I didn't see one single stunt. I don't see any blitzing. I said this last year. Do you remember last year I came on and predicted a 41-23 Chiefs beatdown week one?
Yeah.
Remember saying?
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Remember me saying that? I'm sitting here and I'm like, is it, there's no way they can lose this game. And I love what Ben Johnson did in overtime, but defensively, I criticized Aaron Glenn last year. And look, you got 4 backup offensive linemen. You're up by 2 touchdowns. And you lose that coin flip.
I'm just saying.
I want to give you some love and congratulations. I real fast because I want you to get through everybody. I can't wait to watch Monday Night Football either. You're a touchdown favorite against the Bucs. How good do you feel about that?
I feel better about us being a touchdown favorite against the Bucs, but the reality of it is I also have to question because Baker Mayfield looked like he could not be touched yesterday. And again, they were going against Washington, right?
That defense is going to be bad all year.
Yeah, so I get it, but at the end of the day, there were things that concerned me because I thought the Rams had some form of success. I know that it started dying down in the end because we started buckling up, but still, I'm a Bucs fan too, right? So I think the Lions are going to beat the Bucs, and I think that they are going to beat them by more than a touchdown. The problem that I'm concerned with, I do the problem because this is the thing. You getting Godwin back, you still got Evans. Right, you got those pieces, right? But essentially, your rushing attack is not like what it should be.
Oh God, they can't run the ball at all.
So if you're not able to effectively run the ball, this should set up. Okay, in my brain say this is set up for us to be able to play the pass even harder, which means that our D line that I'm bitching about should get home.
They do a thing called a stunt. I didn't see anyone in any of those clips that you ran, but there's this thing called a stunt where you get a little creative. I have to admit, I like the fact that Ozurike, I finally heard his name. I love Ozurike coming out of college. I wanted him in Kansas City, but it didn't work out, and you guys got him. But I wanted Ozurike. I'm glad he's making an impact. Davenport, if he can stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, you guys got a player there, but I'm really critical about Aaron Glenn. I've been critical about him. I'm not a big fan of his.
This right here was not an Aaron Glenn problem. This was a Ben Johnson lack of personnel on the D line. I've been asking who's going to be Robin the Batman for the longest, and. If I'm listening, people hear this, they think it's a negative, but I'm saying I'm telling people that Aiden Hutchinson is Batman. Like people don't realize how powerful Batman is. One of the most powerful superheroes in the league, right? So I'm giving him that, right? And I'm saying, who do we get to help? But
you need this next draft is a defensive laden draft.
Well, I better not see now. I don't need listen. The only offensive player I need to see at best, because we only got a first, a second, a fifth, a seventh, and a seventh. Because we traded our third and fourth away.
Yeah,
Manu. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm gonna get mad. I'm gonna get mad thinking about it. All right.
Yeah, I'm not at all happy. By the way, that pick that you traded so you can draft that running back safety, like I didn't see him play at all, but
he played fullback for us. He came in and played fullback.
Okay.
Yeah, and he came in on our 2-back set with Montgomery a few times too.
It was funny because ESPN kept on reporting him as a safety, and I was like, why the hell did you pick a safety? And then you guys use him as a running back.
That's a running back.
Smart.
But I can tell you this much. Just to show you how I know Ben Johnson and Jared Goff and I was tripping a little bit. I want y'all to see this. It's 3rd and 5. There was a lot of plays left out there by the Lions and a lot left by the Rams. But this play right here, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that this happened, because who in the hell was he throwing to?
Oh, I remember this. And I was a little curious about this. You have to answer this here, because Jameson Williams had a great game. Give him credit. First 100-yard game. I mean, you traded up 20 picks in the first round. About time he got a 100-yard game instead of betting on football. Are you guys mad at Amon-Ra? You give him $112 million and he comes out 3 catches, 14 yards, or
no,
no,
because you gotta remember, you don't get mad when somebody start to pay attention to your marquee player. Everybody knows that Amon-Ra St. Brown is this. What I really was upset about was all the fans who talked all that crazy stuff about Josh Reynolds leaving. I understand he had some crucial drops in the NFC Championship game. Mm-hmm. I do, but I never believed in Donovan Peoples-Jones. I saw enough of him to say he's not ready yet. And I knew that losing Josh Reynolds was a huge loss. They need another option out there.
You guys picked up Tim Patrick.
Well, he's going to be that guy. He has to be.
Here's the deal, Tim Patrick. Great story, great player. I mean, he just gets injured all the time. If he stays healthy, you guys got a really, really, really good, I think, solid number 2 guy. I'm going to throw something crazy at you, because I was looking at the contract for Goff, because in 3 years from now, you're going to pay him over $69 million in 2026. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't surprise me if you guys end up not re-signing JMO, or maybe even moving him at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I feel like that would be like, you talking about this year?
I think this year.
Yeah, I think that would be like, Dan, that'd be the most wishful thinking you ever had in a long time. I'm gonna tell you why. The receiving core is already thin. You are not in a season where you have an opportunity and expectations of Super Bowl getting rid of one of the hottest, speediest receivers in the league. You're not doing it.
You might have to. And the reason
why you don't. You can't. You can't.
Down the line, the way you have your cap set up, it's bad. But I'm gonna tell you got
the cap is the least of the penny. The cap is not that big of a deal, Dan, because I'm telling you why. You have to look at it right now. Our receiving core is already thin. When he got hurt and came out, our starting receivers at that point was Khalif Raymond and St. Brown, and we ran the ball. Why? Yeah. Because we wanted to just give a chance for J-Mo to come back.
I'll tell you what, I have to, you criticize Ben Johnson, and I think you did a good thing by criticizing Ben Johnson, because when you're up 17-3 against a depleted team, you should just put your foot on their throat and choke the life out of them.
You should.
Do it. And that bothered me. And going into overtime, I knew the score was going to be 17-13 before I even turned on the game, which was dumb on my part. But anyway, forget that part. But going into overtime, I love what Ben Johnson did. He said, you know what? I'm going to quit fucking around. I'm sorry. Am I allowed to cuss on here?
You are allowed to cuss.
I'm glad he said that. Like, I'm going to quit fucking around. Run. One pass play. Run. And you didn't run Gibbs. You ran Montgomery. And I thought that was genius. And give credit to doing.
And it was the type of run that they had. You ran the guy who was known for breaking tackles, or at least on the initial one, down their throat. That's the most embarrassing part for the Rams, because they were gassed earlier and didn't do it. So that's why I said it's a little delusional, to see what Ben Johnson did, and why most fans should be concerned with the play calling from Ben Johnson this game going into the next game. I got used to Ben Johnson coming up with plays that I'd never seen before. Like he was just playing mad.
The Lions are a lot of fun to watch. The Lions are a lot of fun to watch offensively, but I was a little disappointed. And like I said, maybe you call Aaron Glenn up, tell him that they got this new thing called a stunt where you start moving your defensive linemen around or something. But anyway, good job on the win. You do like the Bucks you do like the Lions to cover 7 though.
I do.
All right.
I do. My Buccaneers rushing attack is not where it's supposed to be.
It's been dead last the last 2 years, and it wasn't good last year. Baker did good, but I mean that defense terrible.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert! I got your Lions winning, but I don't know if they're gonna cover 7. But it's going to be a good game. Good game.
Well, you know me. I always appreciate you coming over. And if y'all don't know, I'll be on sometimes on Dan's channel, just talking general football in its totality. So just be looking out for that. I'll announce it when those days come. But appreciate you coming through. I ain't gonna lie. You threw me for a spinner with that the J-Mo take. I'm like, what the hell? No way.
I seriously, I wouldn't be surprised if you'll hear some rumors about J-Mo being chopped. And the reason why I say that is
It'll never happen.
If Tim Patrick comes in, I really think he's a good number 2.
But if you think Tim Patrick's a number 2, Amon-Ra's already in the slot. Who's number 1?
No, I'm sorry. I think Amon-Ra number 1.
He's number 1 as a slot guy though.
Even
if you go back to a bunch of interviews,
and you have Tim Patrick as your standard X, and I think with Jameson Williams, I think he had a great game, but I think it's a flash in the pan type of thing. I'm not expecting it to happen again. If it does, kudos. But when I look at the Lions, I'm looking long term, right? I'm looking at 2026. 60, it's over 69 million.
His contract is actually a 3-year deal when you really break it down. So and shout out to John Jones for pointing out Goff probably won't be here in 2026.
No, they're going to restructure that or change it, or
more than likely. So again, the chances of them getting rid of a receiver and they already depleted receiving core just doesn't make sense.
No, I started thinking about it. You got a good point about it being depleted. I just want to say this though. I watch a lot of Tim Patrick, and if he stays healthy, it's a really, really solid addition. Real solid addition to your offense. And by the way, best of luck against Tampa Bay. That's gonna be a good game.
I can't wait for it, man. I'm gonna be tuned in. All right. Well, you know me, man. I appreciate you coming on, brother. I got 2 more to get, and then we gonna talk some more. But appreciate you, brother.
All right, man. You have a good one, Luke.
You too. Thanks for being so patient. Man, that's Dan Talks Football. Bring in Detroit D. Talk your stuff, Detroit D.
What's going on, Luke G, man? First,
what's going on,
man? Thanks for having me on, brother.
For sure. Thanks for coming.
I really wasn't happy with my boy BB. That's my favorite Detroit Lion at the moment. I got his jersey, but I got Terrion's jersey showing now. He missed too many open tackles, and he dropped 2 potential game-changing interceptions.
Yeah.
And, I expect a lot out of Mr. Branch because he's a bona fide baller. I wasn't happy with the way Goff played last night. To me, for whatever reason, it seemed like he was looking downfield more so than looking for, whatever the defense was giving him and just being Goff. You know what I'm saying? Taking what the D giving them. Luke, give our defense a little slack.
I gave him a little slack. Remember,
hold on.
I said that the linebackers were good. I said the secondary was improved. My issue was that D line because there were plays.
It's Bruno. I know it's damn Bruno.
Okay, all right. Don't you said it. I can't say it. I got accused of being racist for saying it last time. I got to be careful these days.
What about Bruno? Hey man, I love Bruno. Bruno, he's an elite pass rusher. Is he giving us the numbers we want? Not every game, no. But he's effective. Last night, I really think it was more or less a game planning thing to where they were just dinking and dunking us all night, getting the ball out quick. Now, Davenport, he whiffed on the sack. Hutch whiffed on one, and he also got tripped. To each his own. We all been athletes and played at, on one level or another, and everybody's different with their agility. I'm gonna say that.
Fair enough. That's fair.
I'm glad to see young J-Mo get his just due. You know what I mean? To be implemented. What people don't understand is if him and Goff can get to clicking, that's really gonna take our offense to a whole nother level.
Agree.
Okay.
Agree.
I mean, St. Brown and Laporte are gonna really be able to eat. But I'm gonna say this, Luke, because I like to call you Mr. Sturdy Pot because you speak nothing but the truth. You know what I mean?
Sometimes the pot need to be stirred. We get too comfortable with that, with the fluff. I don't want the fluff.
Yeah, everybody been on Mr. Gibbs' sack. And Gibbs he's a great talent. But hey, man, Monty just showed you, man. Put the ball in his motherfucking hands. He gonna handle business. You know what I mean?
I'll put it this way. In the first half, you started seeing more of a spark when they started giving the ball to Gibbs to get outside versus Monty. The problem is the play calling was so effed up where they were trying to have Monty go outside, inside, which I'm cool with, but it was the way that was being blocked. It was the way that it was called. You know what I'm saying? Like you would run somebody in motion. But for the most part, you know for a fact that Hess or Ness, whatever his damn name is,
He
a
blocking.
fullback.
He blocking every time.
But I'm not saying, but he's kind of new to this fullback thing. Then you got Vaki in there as a kind of a new fullback, and you run a stretch play. I'm like, bro, what the hell? Like,
well, I'm gonna tell
he
you
was
like
tripping,
this,
bro.
Luke. Not to cut you off, I would love to see Ben use Monty and Gibbs at the same time. Put Gibbs in the goddamn
He
motion
didn't.
for a jet sweep or something.
And he didn't. That's what
Thank
blows
you.
my
That's
mind.
what I'm saying. What I would like to see Ben do is make them guard every inch of the field. And we have enough explosive players and weapons on offense to do that.
Agree.
Now,
And I
Carlton
think we got to
Williams-
be more consistent in our play calling when we do get a hot hand and riding it, because especially once we go up 17-3.
Yeah, that's what I was finna say. That's when we unleash the Kraken.
Yep.
We putting D-Mon out. We put Monty out there. Craig Winters, Gibbs. We pounding the rock, play action. Laporta, whoever off the play action. But once we went up 17-3, we should have went in. We finna bleed the clock, and we gonna impose our will on you. And that's why I'm upset about Ben. He got a little too cute, bro. And then stick to the script.
Yeah.
And that's the same crap he was doing last year that cost us leads in the third quarter.
Agree. And again, the only reason I gave the secondary some love is because of what you pointed out. Even though it was a negative, I remember just thinking, damn, those are all potential interceptions. Now, we got one of them. We really should have had about 4 or 5 of them.
We should have had 4 for sure. But I'm going to tell you this, though. I like the fact that AZ started, he did a little adjusting late in the game when he started making BB drop, come down, and pick up Cup in the motion. But my whole thing on that, it shouldn't take you 3/4 of a game to adjust to that. And then, too, I had to think, they don't want to show their hand too much either on offense and defense either. But come on, man. We trying to win a Super Bowl.
Agree. Shout out to Hatter House, man.
And I'm going to say this, too, Luke.
17-3, dagger time. You is so funny for that. If y'all don't know what the dagger time is, man,
come on, man. That's Quentin Trisha. Dagger time.
I'm just saying. I thought it was funny.
Hatter House crazy for that one.
I thought it was funny, but yeah, like I said, Super Saiyan said he agreed. Yeah, 4 interceptions for sure. Yeah.
And check this out, Luke. Why everybody know? Yes, I must admit, Arnold was a little handsy out there, but give him a little time. He ain't played much in the preseason.
I agree.
Let him get his feet wet. But I'm gonna tell you who the dog gonna be. 15, that Rakestraw. He gonna be that real dog.
Oh yeah, you saw what happened when Arnold got hurt for a second and came out.
Yeah.
Rakestraw was like, okay, I got this. Then they took him right back out. The difference between it is this: Amik to me shows some aggression. I'm like, oh, look at Amik. Meek like, stop playing with me.
Amik is gonna be a dog, bro. He originally, if I'm not mistaken, he from the D originally. You know what I mean? He already undersized, so he got that scrappiness about him. You don't stay in the league and get a second deal unless you can ball, bro.
Agree. Now we got some Pride Nation in here saying you sound like a young sexual entertainer.
That's fine, brother. I'm 52 years old, Luke, so sounding anything young is good for me.
Hell yeah. Hey, I'm with you on that, because the other day my son did something. I was like, yo, I'm not used to that. He juked the shit. I'm not with that.
Hey, check this out, Luke. Hey, man, I'm a big fan of Lions Talk Live. I would love for you and Lions Talk Live and Micro Mike to come together and do some type of show for us, bro. I think it'll be off the chain, great for the Lions community, man. And I don't give a fuck what nobody think. We going to the Super Bowl and we winning that bitch. Detroit versus everybody.
Hey, Detroit versus everybody. I agree, man. And I'll hit them up and see what we can come up with, man. It's a scheduling thing for me personally. Just even doing this, man. Shout out to my wife for holding it down, because I
already know you got a new little one running around there.
Yeah, and he, usually remember in the past I'll be just holding the baby like, bump it, got to do a show.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for having me on, Luke. And as always, man, one love, and I hope the channel continue to grow, man. And wish nothing but the best for you and the fam.
Hey, appreciate you, brother, so much, man.
Already.
Hey man, Detroit D in the building, man. He said, "Hey, anything that sounds young to him, he taking it." Ed W was in the building. What up, though, brother?
Hey, no fluke, Luke. What up, bro?
Hey. You said no fluke, Luke. Hey, bro, I just want to point out certain things because, like I said, to me, we I hate to say it, we were fortunate, and it came down to a coin toss. And I'm telling you that most experts believe whoever won that coin toss is winning that game.
Oh, I got no problem with that. Matter of fact, I'm super ecstatic to how they took that coin toss and just ran it down. I'm running it. You know I'm running it, and you ain't stopping me. I've never seen the Lions team do that. As many games I've ever watched the Lions game. So Barry juked and got his way in there. All our people, no running back has ever just done that. So I enjoyed that part of it.
I showed this clip on the screen because this counts as a pressure. Right?
You back into the pressure? Okay.
This I'm just saying. I want people to understand something. This counts as a pressure, right? Now, why would this be something that I care about? You right there, just dude. You right there. But look what happens.
Yeah.
On 3rd and 5.
He didn't even see the receiver going over there either.
He threw it to a spot.
Yeah.
He threw it to a spot. He knew where he wanted to go, and he threw it to a spot. It's impressive because all of this is in his face. But again, just grab him.
They tried. I ain't gonna take away the effort. Oh, they panicked and tried. I mean, he was doing that when he was with us. I got much respect for Stafford.
Me too.
Much respect for Stafford and what he's going to do out there. But I want to follow up on my 52-year-old friend over there that was just on
Detroit D. Talk to me.
Yeah, dude. Being a 52-year-old man myself, I was going to say, bro, Ben Johnson, I thought he would have got better with all the tools, but I see right now he's like that kid that got everything in the playhouse and he don't know which toy he want to play with. His game plans are all over the place.
That's a good one. That's a real good analogy. You're right. I've been that kid before. Not at my own house, but at my cousin who was super spoiled house. And then I never seen so many toys in my life. But I know what you mean when you like, what do I play with? Or like you going to Toys R Us and you know you got like $10, but you want everything. That's a good analogy. That's a very good analogy.
Yeah, because the continuation of playing Monty, he got to warm him up. You got to give him a few. He might get stopped a few. He's always going to put that pressure on. But I guarantee you, part of the reason that team was so dog tired at the end was because of the very few running plays that they were running and a lot of stuff they were doing in the middle. I saw them play in the robber position more than I've ever seen other teams. They always play cover 2, but today or yesterday it was all robber and some cover 2. So they were hell bent on making sure Brown stayed contained and you beat me with the rest of your team. And we had no answer. We had zero answer. One or two good passes out deep, which could have broke it back open. But again, he won't stay consistent. If you keep seeing, you got all the replays. Look how many times you put a little wide receiver out there. He had one-on-ones. 3/4 out of the time, he was out there on one-on-one. Throw the ball to him. Either extend it or beat him or punish him in the middle and put Montgomery out there. And then take Gibbs to do more. Make Gibbs in there, he shift you, punish them. Sewell and them all love that. Punish them. That's just I'm sorry. I got emotional because, bruh, you got everything you need. You just need to take and punish the teams. They get tired.
100%. 100%. And this other thing that I noticed watching that game, too often they never made Stafford move off his spot. It was one of the things that drove me nuts.
I got the secret to the sauce for that. Jonas Jackson. Jonas. I promise you, with my heart of hearts, I know Jonas went there and they went through some film and was like, well, what was he thinking? What was your coach thinking about on this? What was he thinking about that? And during their game plays, watching the film, and Stafford was like, oh, I know how to do this. Oh, y'all in that formation? Oh, I got this. Their defense was ready.
Listen.
And there's only one way to be that ready.
I mean, that's a good point. I can't argue with that viewpoint. That's a very good point. That that no doubt that he's going to try to help his team beat his old team.
Yeah.
It's just man, that game could have went so many different ways, and it's so frustrating because I still remember what happened previously. So that's why it kind
San
of
Francisco game.
Yeah, that
This
game
was all reminiscent of San Francisco.
Yeah, where I saw that lead, and I'm like, here we go with this. Come on, man, buckle up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of them things. And again, I'm happy we won. I'm happy. I'll take the win. I'm happy. But
if we don't show, we playing the Bucks, and that wasn't no cakewalk last year.
No.
So if we don't see no improvement on what's going on, this season is going to dwindle down. I think they'll win 10 games. Right now, I got them at a good 13 or more. But if we can't make our identity something better than Amon-Ra, because Amon-Ra Brown is a byproduct of running the ball.
Exactly.
He is not the main person.
Exactly. 100%. Exactly. So I agree with you on that. 100%. Shout out to two guys in the podcast, and shout out to Detroit Fan Report, who says still suck in the third quarter. Listen.
I typed that earlier. Hell, I know, right?
Listen. My biggest takeaways from this game was play calling by Ben Johnson, which I told people in the 49ers game, I said, no, this is what lost the game. It wasn't a drop pass. It was this bullshit right here. It was this type of play call. It was this stuff right here. You went away from this when it's like, okay, cool, you're still in the game, right? So
okay. So let me ask you a good question here, Lou. I know you was a little hard on our defense, just a little bit, but
the defensive line to be specific.
So, last year was the backup guys to the line, but as a whole, holding them to 10 points for as long as they did. Do you really think that this score score that we had where it was 10-3 should have been much larger?
Yes,
I agree too, bro.
Yeah,
we should have never been.
We
should have been in the 30s.
You talking about a team where half of their offensive line is out. like, bro, I'm not even making this up. Like, they had one starter to finish the game. One. Everybody else was gone. Right? Puka gone. They tight end had his way in most cases, but that was the quick passing. And then they buckled up on that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought we should have. I thought that the game should have been. What Dallas did to Cleveland is what we should have did to the Rams.
But I'm wondering again, do Ben Johnson know how to put his Legos together? Because he got the pieces, but I don't think he know how to put them out there and game plan for something, suck the team into thinking we're doing something, and then just unleash all the beasts and weapons. But I know for a fact that Goff, best way to play is play action. And if we ain't got no run game and they stopping us, ain't nothing else gonna work.
Agree. Shout out to Marcus Willis, who says Ben Johnson needs to have Mike Martz as a consultant to help him learn how to use his personnel properly. I don't even think it's that much of the issue. It's him overthinking and second guessing that people are figuring out what he's doing. And to me, forget all that. Don't worry about if they figured it out or they know what's going on. Go play ball. Seriously. Go play ball, man.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to give some credit to the one person that I gave zero credit, and that's Glenn. Because I'm going to actually say Glenn was making changes. I mean, he was running his guys. He had Aiden backing out, going back in, backing out. He had his linebackers pressing down on Cooper. I'm like, oh, okay. I see you trying to do something with your toys, which is pissing me off because Ben Johnson should be able to do something.
Ben Johnson is too smart.
Yeah.
For us to only score, if you really think about it, for us to only score like 21 points, we should not against a team that's hurting. Stafford, let me show you something. Stafford had that line that he had was worse than some of the lines that he had in Detroit. and Stafford wasn't even sacked as much as he was with us. Like think about some of the lines that Stafford had when he was in Detroit and how bad they were. All I ask is for us to be objective and to be critical of the bad parts of the game, because I know all of you were over there like going crazy watching it unfold. Not to mention when you look up and it's 4 minutes and something on the clock and Jared Goff trying to force a pass to J-Mo gets it almost intercepted. Like they had a lot of plays where they left a lot of football out there, and so did we. But we needed to show what it was. Now, the only grace that I saved for this, and I saved this for last because as we get ready to get up out of here, the only grace is the humble bug gonna get their ass together, because now that feeling was not what they wanted to feel. And I'm gonna tell you something else. You might want to go back and look at those locker room interviews, because some of them players were saying things that I was like, what? He actually said that? J-Mo in particular gave a little tidbit where he basically said, you know, something that piqued my ears and said, man, I know Ben Johnson didn't tell you that, J-Mo. I know he didn't. There's no way. So I'm just putting it out there. You want?
Did he get more passes? Did he get more passes this game than he got in other games?
J-Mo?
Yeah.
Man, that man went 5 catches for 121.
I'm right. But how many times was he targeted?
I'll go find out real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, look at the times that he was targeted this game, and then compare it to any other game that you want over from last season. His targets was about the same.
Yeah, he was targeted 9 times. He caught 5 of them for 121. So yeah, you close to about his average. Yeah, know.
So I don't see the utilization, except that it worked a little bit more this time versus the others.
It was just that his speed killed everybody. That all them crossing routes that he was running and cutting short was killing them. They were on St. Brown's head, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So we got him on the edge to be out there and run decoys. No, just run the ball and then let it open up for him, because them people gonna have to sit on it. And that's going to open J-Mo to just do what J-Mo do. That they have to sit down there and respect that damn run, because Montgomery's a beast. And we keep playing him like he's second fiddle.
You ain't going to get no fight out of me.
I know.
Let me see.
But I'm going to let you go with that newborn and the crew out here. All right. No fluke. Remember that. No
fluke. But we can be better. Just saying, we can be better. I believe in constructive criticism, and we can be better. That's all I'm saying. I think it will develop over the next few weeks. Shout out to you, Dr. Detroit. Marcus, 9 targets, 9 with the number. Shout out to you, Dirty Glove Williams. And I do want to show this really quick. Just for purposes of showing this really quick, the Pick'em League. In case y'all were wondering where you are, there it is. The bad guy, John Kapler, is sitting pretty at the top of this with his picks. Looney Tune, you're number 2. I am a beast. 331, number 3. I'm at number 4. Shout out to me. Makai Holtz right behind me. Lions All Day is right behind him. Kurt's Cruz behind him. Michael Huck is behind him. I mean, listen, bro, y'all did damn good picking, be honest with you. And I know we got to go down to the bottom to see who didn't do so well, but he got so much time to come back. So what up, though? Lion King is going to come back. Gunner.
Listen, man. A lot of teams failed me. Nah. I picked the Titans to beat the Bears. They threw that away. I picked the Cardinals. They were up. They threw that away.
Let's talk about it, Gunner, because we got to talk about Gunner said a lot of teams failed him. So once the games are played, we can see who picked what. Gunner says he took ATL. I never thought ATL was going to beat Pittsburgh. I thought that Pittsburgh defense would be too much.
Yeah, I thought that was a toss-up, to be honest.
I
didn't feel. I watched that game. Arizona was on their ass.
They were
that game.
They were, and Josh Allen went full. Fuck this! I'm out of here, and took it over. I get it.
Pretty much.
Like you, I did take Tennessee. No, I did. I'm lying. I took the Bears. I did not think. I did not trust the Tennessee Titans head coach or their ability to generate anything of value. This is the one that everybody got wrong. Nobody had New England beating Cincinnati.
Yeah, no, I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought they were going to get their ass beat.
You got Houston right. You got Miami right. You got New Orleans right. The Giants over Minnesota.
I was
with
so mad because I was like, before the game started, I was like, there's a chance I think Minnesota on there. I was like, there's no way Sam Darnold goes off on him. Like, there's no way this happens.
I did not see that coming at all.
It happened. I'm
I
like,
did not see that coming at all. And then you went and you took Seattle, not a bad idea. And then you took Cleveland. I took Cleveland over Dallas as well. And
yeah, I thought their pass rush was just going to be way too much because Dallas lost a lot of offensive linemen.
Exactly. And they head coach is an idiot, and he's going to get fired.
I don't know. Jerry had Jason Garrett for like what 12 years or something. Like it's going to be a while.
No, I'm talking about the Browns head coach.
The Browns head coach. Oh yeah,
he's getting fired. Tampa Bay, you took was smart, and Detroit, obviously, as y'all can see, I'm taking San Francisco for the night. Just want to put it out there.
I think I took the 49ers.
Yeah, I mean, but if you're wondering why John is ahead of Looney Tune and I'm a Beast,
I didn't see any tiebreakers in there.
It's not the tiebreakers, right? It's not the tiebreakers. So what I did was this time around, I had to do what's called an automatic tiebreaker. In other words, it's based on the number of favorites picked to underdogs. John picked New England, and that New England underdog pick.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, he took Cincinnati. But that right there, that underdog pick killed everybody's stuff because that was the biggest underdog loss. So where John succeeded was he took Tennessee, which is an underdog pick. Tennessee didn't come through, and he took ATL. But since Cincinnati died out, it didn't matter. Since I took Cincinnati, I also took the Giants, who was an underdog. I took Vegas, who was an underdog. And then I took Cleveland, who was the favorite. But Dallas won. So he gets the underdog for Dallas that I did not take, which that's why he got the bump, because he got the bump too. And then where you look at his matchups head-to-head with Looney Tunes and I'm a Beast, you can see where he wins the Philly game over the Green Bay game. So he gets that extra push. Looney Tune gets ahead of him because he got Pittsburgh over ATL, right? Chicago goes here, but it was this pick, that Chargers versus this one. And because of this pick right here, that's what pushed them ahead. So that's why I got it set that way, because when people were putting in the tiebreakers, they were not doing it right. And I was like, bump that. We're just going to take that out and let it automatically do it based on
I like this new system better. The old one, you had to like guess the exact score.
Yeah.
Who was going to score the most? Who was going to score the least?
I changed it. That's what it was. All right. People, we've been on for an hour and 45 minutes. I could not have said this more. I appreciate every single one of you. Crossing routes were murder. Ugh, brother, you have no idea watching how that went. Luke, who you got for this New York Jets and San Francisco game? I got the 49ers. I know a lot of people is hyped up on the Jets, but they're going to have to make me a liar and prove me wrong. All right. You got any final thoughts, Gunner?
I'm just happy football's back.
Hey, I agree.
It feels like the offseason's so long until it finally hits.
100%. I 100% agree. Y'all know me. I cannot end the show unless I end it on a positive note. And today's positive quote comes from the internet. I don't know who said this, but I loved it absolutely. He says, "Stop sitting on skills and talent that could change your entire life and get to work." Stop sitting on skills and talents that could change your entire life. Get to work. Man, this would hit me different because I know I have a certain skill. I know that I have certain talents, and I do sit on them. I'm probably one of the biggest sit on them person thing because I would rather help the next man than to see myself shine. It sounds strange, but it's the truth. And the reality is in most cases, is that many of us are sitting on talent. I once heard this a long time ago from an old friend of mine who told me that there's more talent in the graveyard than any other place. And it blew my mind. And there's somebody in here right now who has an ability and a skill that if they go and take that next step, it could change their life. There's somebody in here who knows how to fix cars, but they're afraid to go and get that certification to be a mechanic because they feel like it's going to be too much work and too much money, but it can change your life. There's somebody in here right now who can be the best music producer there is, the best songwriter there is, but they're too afraid to do the research or to just put the song out there. because they don't want to be judged or to be rejected. Some things need to just be rejected. Some doors need to be closed. Sometimes you need to hear no, just so you can know that you're going to be okay through the bull. You're going to be all right when they reject you. You're going to be all right when they close the door. You're going to be all right when they tell you no. But the talent is still there. The skill is still there. They can't take that from you. That's why it's a talent and a skill. Some things are just given to you to be good at. And instead of you sitting on it, you got to get to work. You got to take that skill and put it into practice. It's somebody in here who really knows how to get a computer doing some things that it should not be doing, but they don't want to go and sit through the certification test. You're wasting some skill that could change your life, and not only just your life, but the lives of people who depend on you, like your children. Some of those people that you got to take care of, like your parents who are ailing, can be changed with one simple skill. I'm simply asking you to no longer sit on your hand, to no longer sit on your skill, to no longer sit back and just allow that God-given talent that you have to waste. Do something about it and get to work. Because whether you know it or not, changing your life ain't as scary as it seems. It's just a part of life. It's always changing anyway. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. And if you don't do nothing else, don't be no chump. Please do your research. Make sure you get your picks in for the game. And as always, we are out. I'll be at it again tomorrow.